Just in case anybody wasn't recording.
Well, we're recording now.
Okay.
We are?
Do it.
Yeah. Well, you should be, Shen.
Whee!
Woo.
Alright, so history has repeated itself, sort of.
Yeah, the natives have to concede defeat on this one, I'm afraid.
Yep.
Yeah. I know, I was talking a lot about I was going to lose, but they all westernized at the same time. The colonies just refused to do anything, and that's
disappointing.
That actually wiped out most of the interest for this series for me.
In the end, Spain was still Spain.
Yeah.
Had I been able to, like, just watch them go after you guys, or colonize, before you guys westernized, that would have been much more interesting than
Yeah, it would be.
having to wait. Now, granted, even Great Britain didn't decide to attack you
Until I had a bajillion war exhaustion and no army, and bordered them in Ireland.
Yeah, so even Great Britain and Portugal didn't attack you guys.
After my
Well, that's because you're a traitor Jesus worshipper.
That is true.
When we were starting this series, we were hoping that the AIs will be a little bit more aggressive towards us natives, which is not what happened, even though this is hard difficulty, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen. That's also partly why I freed Florida to become Haiti. Because when I played Portugal, I found that colonial nations did absolutely nothing, but once I freed them, they started acting like normal nations again, and went on a conquering spree. Mostly in India, though. Kind of weird. But yeah, they at least did something with the natives. So that's why I freed Haiti, or Florida.
Yeah, it's too bad that the AI doesn't really, the AI doesn't know how to be useful.
But even in normal games, I've seen them go after as the AI.
Yeah.
Not as colonial nations, but just...
I guess
Great
it
Britain
would
and
have
stuff.
only worked if we had an actual human playing like the colonial nations.
Yeah.
One for each.
Yeah, that could have been a different way to do it. On people as colonial nation.
I think in the end, we just had some bad timing on our westernization and
certain timings on peasants' wars.
Hey, that peasant war thing is unpredictable.
It's not predictable.
Well,
it is very predictable.
You need to stay over 50% manpower, and then it can't trigger. I'm pretty sure about that.
No, it's 25%, I think.
Sure,
yeah, even easier then.
Even then, like it can happen to It can happen sometimes.
But if you stay over certain manpower, it can happen.
I couldn't avoid it, really. I was fighting rebels, that's the point.
Well, you could have avoided it by not converting to Catholicism.
That's true.
Or with mercenaries.
Or with mercenaries, if you had any money.
I couldn't afford mercenaries at that point. Remember, I went bankrupt after that.
Yeah, it's true. He went friggin' flat out bankrupt.
I have no idea how you managed to went bankrupt, actually.
Yeah, you were the richest out of any of us. You have the least excuse for going bankrupt.
Yeah, actually, you were giving me a lot of money because I was taking half your trade power for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was because I had less luck, I guess, with the westernization, like, bad stuff. Like, I kept picking the things that gave me bad things.
Oh, I had a lot of bad westernization events. That's why I lost probably close to 2,000 points of all types.
I didn't take any of those, but I wasn't getting the ones that were giving me rebels or something. I just gave me revolt risk, which is worse.
Yeah, I got a pile of revolt risk too, but I was, hovering around, +2 stability or whatever.
Yeah, I was at +2 stability as well until I went bankrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kailvin's right about Catholicism. It's much easier to keep revolt risk at bay with totemism.
Yeah, totemism is basically a flat -2.
Yeah, it's just a joke when it comes to revolt risk.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but on the military tech side, though, just looking at, I'm at Tech 12, looking at Tech 13, and I'm not ahead of time. I'm actually only need 500 or so.
Yeah.
For it. So I'm actually, I dragged my toes on military tech. Sort of put you guys even for.
Yeah, I'm at 8.
Colonial nations weren't going to kick out.
Yeah, I'm at 8 too.
And
Yeah,
Shelley's
I'm
at
at
6.
9.
England's at 13. France is only at 12. I guess 13 is the ahead of time level because
Yeah, 13
there
is
as
pretty,
well.
So
Yeah,
it would probably still be pretty tough to fight back, even if we were all westernized and all had armies, and all these armies would be working together.
Yeah,
It would
even
still
if
be
we-
tough to win against Maddjinn, allied with Great Britain and France.
Hey,
Yeah.
those are mostly for defense when you guys attacked.
Like, we were going to be attacking you anytime soon.
Yeah, every time I declared war on you guys, they refused to join.
No duh, distant war penalties.
They're like, eh.
I still can't figure out as to why I can't give Great Britain provinces, and why I'm like, one of the reasons we're conceding here is because I'm actually going to be effectively out of the game for the next 50 years until the
Maybe
likes
it's one of
wartime are-
the terrain, like province generation bugs. I don't know.
It's quite possible.
Yeah, I mean, we got Haiti out of Eastern America.
Yeah, like, that's weird as heck, so...
Yeah.
There might just be some ridiculous bug with the map that's preventing Great Britain from being able to, do anything. Like, anyone who's watched my episodes will know, oh yeah, you really can't give provinces to them. They can't demand it, and you can't offer it to them.
Yeah, the random map thing was...
You know,
I mean,
in
it's an interesting
hindsight, it
idea,
would have
but
been more
really
interesting
wrong.
playing this with the standard map, probably.
Probably.
Yep. Probably would have been more, well, at least safer on some of that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
all my missions.
I know it would
to the
be
wrong place.
significantly easier to westernize at the same time with the regular map,
Yeah.
because there aren't any crazy choke points and things like that.
And we were just getting started conquering.
Yeah, it
Unless
wouldn't
one of
have
us
been us in a
decides
Congo
to-
We
line.
had our vassal.
Go off
All
and,
these
and play
cores
as
that we
the,
could feed him.
Who are the guys who
You're going
start
to
in,
take
like, Arizona
another
or
vassal. Maybe in
something?
about 10 years, we'd have this guy
Shoshone or something?
vassalized.
Yeah, the Shoshone.
He would help
Yeah,
us
but there
fight
are a lot
Japan.
of choices.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Right.
Of course, one of the things that will change next patch is that
And Manchu
my
hates
walking
Japan.
in
We
here
could have
and,
even
like,
gotten
eating
Manchu to help us beat up Japan.
my,
Damn.
all of that. That
You
won't.
know, just damn.
They won't.
What?
So
we
good.
don't know. All right, eating the Incas doesn't insta. Like, I made insta colonies, colonial nation,
Yeah.
out of chewing them up, and they're changing them.
Yeah, and they instantly get cores on it too, which is silly.
Yeah,
So-
and that's not the case anymore. Now you have to core plus that. You have to do cores first before.
Yeah. You have to core first, which,
That makes
Eh.
sense.
Yeah, so that would slow like what I did down, because I know I chewed up a bunch of.
yeah, you got amazingly large amounts of aggressive expansion. Like, you probably have how much against me here? Hang on, let me actually check. Yeah, only 56. Only 56. That's impressive.
Yeah, because
Even
most
against
of these
Cherokee.
provinces are crap.
Well, I think it's mostly because I didn't care much for the
Only
Cherokee.
67 against me.
Yeah, I got 6. He got a flat 60 against me when he took provinces from me, and apparently I got absolutely no aggressive expansion when he beat up on the Cherokee. which is silly.
Although I gotta say that that's changed as well.
I think it's
Holy-
because of the
Co-
colonial regions again.
yeah,
probably.
massive.
I think the general verdict here is random new worlds are buggy.
Yeah.
It didn't
I-
help at all.
I'd also like to kind of like this kind of shows that they're not really that overpowered because they're still going to lose to the Europeans,
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not true. I think it comes down to in the hands of a player, the Europeans will
Yeah.
beat the natives. But in the
Oh,
hands
yeah,
of an AI, the natives
Well-
will beat the Europeans.
To be
Well, yeah,
fair
but
here,
there's no reason to complain. Like in the hands of a player against the AI, nothing's really under overpowered.
Yeah,
You can beat
exactly.
the AI as the sub-Saharans if you want to.
I've done that before.
It's not even about the natives specifically, but from my experience, you guys probably played more than me, but I have never seen AI take advantage of someone like westernizing or just finishing westernization and attack that person when he's weak. I have never seen AI do that.
Well, westernization doesn't really leave you weak anymore. Although,
Well, I mean-
admittedly.
Well, right now it does because you're still behind in technologies.
Yeah, but it doesn't, leave you... the problem is I know how the AI is programmed, and the AI is programmed to if you stay like steady with no revolts, the AI is not going to jump on you, like as it would for vulturing. But you
Yeah,
see,
but if they attack you, for example, during your westernization,
Yeah, it would hurt.
it would. But the AI doesn't really register that westernization is something that makes you weak. It does because
Yeah.
you know generally you stay
Yeah.
at positive stability.
yeah,
Although-
but what I'm saying is that is one of the reasons why the player, I mean the old world nations in the hands of player will beat the natives because the human player can take advantage of things like that, while the AI doesn't even register things that makes the natives weak.
Yeah.
Although I still don't like the fact that you guys got the big
The big one.
the tech check.
The big tech jump.
Yeah.
Eh.
I mean, I would actually not mind if the reformation of the government was something like you get minus 50% tech cost for doing that, and or,
That
you know,
would
or maybe
actually-
minus 100% tech cost, whatever, just to get a little easier.
Yeah, that
But-
wouldn't be too bad. I mean,
But-
currently I think the tech cost for North Americans is 150%, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Shen, you're the North American still. What's
I mean,
the cost
I-
increase?
I think it would
250%?
have been fine letting the natives westernize immediately after reforming your government, because in the end, the free techs that you get are worth far more than having to wait,
Yeah.
a few more years?
Yeah, the free techs are worth an insane amount, and that's one thing you guys didn't do was instantly build a giant fleet, which is possible.
Yeah.
Oh well, I had a fleet, but I kept losing against pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had like 28 ships, and I lost against 8 pirate ships. I was losing constantly.
The problem is the pirates work off the global tech average, I believe.
Mm,
So
yeah, that explains a lot.
So if
So
somebody
the
is up
Europeans
at
cause
Yeah,
a
if-
problem with that. So you're basically
Yeah.
fighting European pirates. Like it might seem like it's very good and like that we could actually take on Maddjinn, but the problem is naval morale tends to really be a herder there. If you know
Yeah.
they're a couple techs ahead of you.
Yeah, that explains it, because I was losing engagements with like 28 ships against 7 or 8.
Yeah, if you have level 6 Diplotech and Maddjinn has level 9, he has
Plus
30%
50.
more. 30% more naval morale.
Point
Yeah.
5 into, but from level 9 to level 15, it's a gap where there's nothing.
Yeah, there's a gap where there's nothing. So
That's even the
kinda
same
is
for the
timing.
for light ships. That's there for heavy ships. That's there. So yeah, I mean, everywhere between level 9 Diplotech and level 15 Diplotech, you're exactly equal.
So I think the key really is you want to western or modernize your government off of somebody who has exactly 11 Diplotech,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
then crush them navally.
Well, one
Unless
of the things I've kind of taken away from this is that it's best to like continue expanding, and then once you're ready to stop expanding, to start westernizing, because then you start losing a bunch of those bonuses that really help you expand.
Yeah, don't expand well.
And yeah, speaking of reforming, one of the biggest flaws of our plan, if you can call it a plan, was that I reformed my government of Kailvin, and then Shen reformed his government of me. So that led to the situation where I'm significantly behind in tech compared to Kailvin, and then Shen is significantly behind in tech compared to me.
Yeah, that's true, because you start losing techs, because you did boost up to techs less than what they had, but as that goes along, Shenryr's gonna have like minus 4 or 6 techs compared to
Yeah,
Shen's at
Flyingmacguffin.
546.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
at
yeah.
one point I had like a huge tech boost while I was actually westernizing, because I still had the protectorate thing. If I had a flat rate on all of my things of plus 10, it is theoretically possible to continue spending that 1,000 points on a bunch of techs to just
hey.
keep that bonus.
Hey Marv, you got new air recently, right? Or whatever?
Yep.
Yeah, that's because your old heir is now on Shen's throne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know why his interregnum lasted so damn long.
well, I'm gonna point out that if anybody's and didn't tell anybody.
It's tell anybody what?
That it was going.
Oh, the game was going?
No, that.
What's going on here?
I'm
I think-
confused.
Are you having some problems with your mic or something?
Yeah, you keep cutting out
Oh,
there, man.
Because you keep getting cut off, like
okay.
mid-sentence.
I have it on voice activation at this.
I have it on voice activation at this. That's all we heard. This is why we're all so confused whenever you start talking. We cannot understand.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently voice activation detection.
You don't ever trust TeamSpeak with that. It never works.
All right. Anyways, no, it was the shenryyr.
Did he just cut out again?
Yes.
Oh, really? EU4 also crashed. Everything crashes, man.
Good work.
Doesn't really matter at this point, does it?
Yeah, I don't think it does.
Ah!
Well, at least it was comedy relief.
It all crashed.
Yeah, I have no idea why Shen's interregnum lasted as long as it did, though. That should have been
Yeah.
over within a year.
So, we surrender.
Yep.
That's it, I guess.
Yeah, well played there, Mad.
Okay.
You damn Spaniards.
I crashed.
Yeah.
Thanks for the blanket of disease.
Do we win because he crashed?
Yeah.
I claim a win because he crashed.
He can't defend himself. Get him.
Alright, that's definitely going to be it. Are we attaching that to the end of 27, or are we going to make 28?
Well, this has already been, what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, I think I'll just make a separate video, like post-game
Yeah,
discussion
16.
or whatever.
Yeah, sure, yeah, we're already
denouement
approaching 20,
or
so
something.
yeah, this endgame chat's pretty much its own episode.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, so from all of us here at wherever the heck we are in La La Crazy Land, thank you everybody for watching. It's been a fun series.
Thanks everyone for watching,
Yep,
See ya,
thank you
everybody.
guys. Bye-bye.
and see you next time.
Bye-bye.